I wish somebody had said must have an AWS certification, because that would help. And the reality is, another comment from the YouTube channel talks about advocate for adding value-adding agile practices and team-level agile proficiency. Absolutely right. There is value in agile practices. There is value in team-level agile advocacy. And that's what we would want our coaches, our leaders to demonstrate. The first step of an agile transformation, the first area, what we want to start with is assessment. No two organizations are same, whether they are financial institutions, whether they're healthcare providers, no two insurance companies are same, regardless of your vertical. Every organization is different. One of the biggest reasons why we at Agile Brains created our proprietary framework ABC was because we wanted to start by doing an assessment. Take a look at how your organization is structured. Take a look at your current challenges, your burning platforms, which makes you think about moving towards agility. The framework then focused on the B phase, which was the brainstorming phase, allowing people to think about how we can use industry knowledge, our experience, our expertise, and help you change, which was the C, bringing the right coaches to help you part of your transformation journey. And why was this all important and still remains relevant is to achieve D, which is achieving organizational agility, strategic agility. And which goes back to our first and foremost principle, the principle number one. We value individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Rarely do we see success where you come in with a prescribed solution. Kelly and Francois, both on the chat window, talked about how having a flexible attitude and open mindset is critical, because Agile transformation is about people. Agile as a framework is about empowering people. It's about building a culture of trust and inclusion, which will help teams challenge the way how they have operated. It will also allow them to find new ways which will make them be more productive and more predictable. What can we do as leaders? We can first and foremost adapt this growth mindset. Get away from thinking about a fixed mindset to embracing this growth way of working. In fixed mindset, we heavily focus on stick to what we know. And in growth mindset, our goal becomes to learn. All of our wonderful audience here are here listening to us, talking about some of the feedback, some of the challenges which we have faced, some of the qualities we are looking for, and that can only happen if you have a growth mindset. Learning never stops, and that should be our number one principle when we hear from our team members. Our assessment consists of interviews from individual contributors to managers, to directors, to leaders, to SMDs, to SC and S-level execs. And the important piece here again was we want to hear what people are facing challenges in. Because there is every single person whom you interact with, there is something you can learn from them. And the important piece here is that this process of learning is lifelong. The only constant in life is change. We've all been impacted with the way we operated, with the way we handle every single facet of our day-to-day life. Whether it is market conditions, climatic conditions, employee expectations, social forces, political forces, anything which you're working, learning is the foundation which will help us improve, which will help us change, which you're going to value. Deborah has a fantastic comment. She says, we can't separate individuals from the tools. This is a level after interactions. Absolutely agreed, Deborah. It is very easy for us to do an assessment and just take a look at your Agile tool and tell you your velocity is low. Your cumulative flow diagrams show that you have a lot of bottlenecks. But without interactions with people, without talking to individuals, we are not going to assess the root cause of whatever challenges we are facing. What are the challenges which we face when we try to achieve agility? We look at cross-team dependencies. We take a look at slower time to market. We don't really have people thinking about products. They instead think about projects. We still think of IT as feature factories with never-ending backlogs. A super important part here is we barely listen to our customer. And last but not least, we're still stuck in managing people. We're still stuck in using commanding hierarchies to make people do what we want. And that's what the challenge is. For us to really start thinking about valuing of the first principle, we have to think about changing the way we operate, changing the way we, from management to being leaders. We don't need to manage people in 2021. We don't have to manage knowledge workers. We have to lead individuals. We have to lead teams. And there's a huge difference between leading and managing teams.